Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And Lydia, aka Mama Lou, is off again. Basically because we're recording this the same time as the other episode, so it's the same day. So, yes.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Everything is still good. Make sure you check out our VTuber page, LIDIA VTuber, on Twitch and YouTube. But also make sure that you are subscribed to Boy Band Break, BOYBAND BREAK. So we are on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, kind of TikTok, and also
Ko-fi,
anywhere you listen to podcasts. So there you go, Spotify, stuff like that. I do.
We also have a Ko-fi. We also have a Ko-fi.
Ko-fi, yes. We have a link tree that has all of our things.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I just have to say that I just looked at our TikTok the other day because I was like, oh, we should do some TikToks. I feel like everybody's doing TikTok, I forgot that one of the ones we did, it was in between hair colors for me. So I had like bleach blonde hair, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm like, wow, that was
ridiculous or fun, because
it could be fun.
Times, you could do whatever you want.
It was definitely pandemic times, and I can't remember if it's before I dyed my hair hot pink or before I dyed my hair blue, but it was definitely.
I think it was before blue.
Yes, it was certainly something. So yes, I do kind of wish I could go back to like fun colors. Basically, I just go like a fake red, but wish this red was more red, but. I digress, but anyway.
I think also because you weren't in in the work.
I was not. I was working from home, so it didn't really matter.
So you're like, why not? Let's do something fun.
However, that being said, I work in radio, and people are pretty chill. Like my one coworker has like baby pink hair. I have another coworker who did like a whole rainbow thing. Now she's down to like blue and teal and purple, so it's just kind of a fun color. But she also works from home a lot, so.
Yeah, I feel like radio people don't really care, right?
That is true. That is true. There's been a couple of updates, not like a whole ton, but I'm sure once this episode airs, we will have had like 10 million updates that we missed.
That's usually what happens.
That's usually what happens. So Justin Timberlake has added some additional tour dates.
The second leg of the tour, because he's doing very well at selling the tickets. So good job, JT.
His VIP seats are ridiculously expensive, and they do not include VIP things. I don't know.
No picture with the actual artist.
No, but you get a picture with the stage. So I feel like a lot of the artists like that. So like Jonas Brothers do that. I don't know, solo artists, big names. A lot of people don't do meet and greets with the fans, and I just feel like it's kind of like, I don't know. I think we're spoiled and we're lucky that the Backstreet Boys still do that, and I feel like a lot of times people complain, and they're just like, oh, it's however many hundreds of dollars or whatever. But you get a picture with all 5 of them. Sometimes in the past, you've gotten sound checks and other things like that. But for like artists like Justin Timberlake and stuff, they are charging more money for less things. It's like,
so in the end, we are very lucky that the boys are still doing VIP meet and greets.
Yes, for sure. Also really great at meet and greets is the Boys of O-Town. Those are much more cost-effective as well.
Absolutely.
They have gone up in price the last couple of years, but
I think because there's more demand for them now.
And it's true. So they are also doing, we could talk about that. So they have their Pop 2000 tour this year. They've announced a whole bunch of dates. I think we may have talked about that.
Yes.
So basically this year's iteration That is not a word. This year's Pop 2000 tour is hosted by Chris from NSYNC. We have O-Town. They have BB Mac, who BB Mac was only on a couple of shows last year. Brad from LFO, Ryan Cabrera are like the main acts here. But also they have announced Pop 2000 in Paradise version 2.0. So I'm just going to share that really quick. So this came up in the last week or so. So this is the thing that I went to with my mom last year. So it was just regular Pop 2000 Paradise. It is still in Mexico. They have changed locations. So they were like Playa del Carmen last time. Now it is Riviera Nayarit. I cannot pronounce that. I don't know, but that's
at Villa del Palmar Flamingos or whatever.
Yeah. So the hotel is Villa del Palmar Flamingos. It looks like a really nice resort. I don't know if there's pictures. I will check, but
it seems like it's at a central location, so you don't have to do a lot of walking like you guys did last time.
Because last year it was set up. There was like a bunch of little like villa type, townhousey type things, and there was also like a jungle, so you could either walk through the jungle or you could walk through the resort. And they had golf carts to take you around and stuff. This one is an actual, just like a regular building, and there's like a pool in the middle, and it's a lot more centralized. So hopefully we'll be able to get Ryan and Joe from Vacation Jams on to kind of go through this. But just to give you a quick heads up, so obviously Chris Kirkpatrick of NSYNC will be there, O-Town, of course, BB Mac, Brad from LFO. Now, so last year BB Mac was not there. They had Ryan Cabrera, Billy Gilman, Dave Cook, Marcus Monroe, who was a comedian, and stuff. So Carl Walkner and DJ XL were there last year as well. They're still going to be here. But new this year, two members of the band Dream Street. So Greg and Matt of Dream Street will be there. And then C-Note, who, if I'm not mistaken, was the Lou Pearlman band, and they're a little more, they're like Latino, and they're kind of like near the end of the Lou era. They are actually reuniting this year. They've done a couple of shows. I think they might be on a couple of the Pop 2000 ones. I'm not sure. But anyway, so they will be there as well. And they're going to have a Spice Girls tribute called Simply Spice, the Spice Girls tribute. So they will be there as well.
That's fun.
A friend of mine says they're from her area, and she said they're really good. So there you go. So it's an all-inclusive 5-day and night fan experience set in the beautiful Villa del Palmar Flamingos Beach Resort and Spa. So for more information, you can go to pop2000inparadise.com. It's a lot of fun. It is a little more expensive than last year, but I think it's because it's like a more upgraded hotel. The other thing that kind of bothered me, from especially where I am, is there's no direct flights, because you could fly to Cancun last time. Now I want to say Puerto Vallarta, I could be wrong, is the other one, and it was just kind of like there's no direct flights from Toronto, Buffalo, our area there. They're all like other ones. But anyway, so, and last year the rooms were basically 2 people or singles. So now they have, you can have up to 4 people in a room. So they do have, obviously you're going to be sharing a bed with your friend or whatever. So pretty good. You get a concert, a karaoke party, an acoustic concert, theme parties, and more. Swag, food.
It seemed a lot of fun from your experiences that you shared.
Really a lot of fun. And if I hadn't gone last year and I had some money, I would definitely be going now. And you never say never. I don't know, maybe I could make some money by that time, but it is a little pricey. I know my mom is not going to come this year, so I didn't ask her, but she has other trips planned. So yes, and I believe you said you didn't want to go, so not your jam.
No, like I love O-Town, don't get me wrong. They're one of my favorite bands now because we got a lot more experiences with them.
Yep.
But no.
And fair enough. But you do get a lot of bang for your buck, and you do, so you don't have specific whatchamacallits, meet and greets or anything, which is what the Backstreet Boys are not doing, meet and greets at theirs either. But it's a lot more organic. and you definitely run into them. Like you ran into them all the time. And I just feel like having, and this may, I am, sorry, not going to the Backstreet Boys one in April unless it's a miracle and we win a trip or something. But based on,
I'm also not going because it's a lot of money, and I can use that money for other trips.
Exactly, you can go to a lot more things. But basically, with that one, I'm just going to compare it to the cruise. To that, the cruise was insane with the Backstreet Boys. Like we definitely had a lot of fun. It was great. But basically, anytime one of the boys was there, it was just like
pandemonium,
pandemonium shit show. Like people everywhere. Like the one time Nick was there and Howie came out, and then they fans saw, and I literally got lifted off the ground because the crowd was surging and stuff.
Yes,
so
I was also there.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
It was definitely interesting and funny. And we ended up getting like pictures with the boys and stuff, but you also were guaranteed a group shot, and there was other things here. For this one, the boys would be out and people would be like there, but like I don't know if the O-Town fans are just more chill or if it's because there's just like a substantial less amount of them.
I think that it could be a combination of the two.
Yes. So it was definitely more of a chill vacation. I think there was maybe like 140 of us last year. I believe this year they're saying about 200 is what the goal is or whatever. So it's definitely, you will definitely get like FaceTime and stuff with them if you go. So I'm going to
it's going to be a lot of fun. You can tell that there's a lot of fun events planned. And if you can afford it, more power to you.
Exactly. So definitely super fun.
That's like when we did the cruise, that's like once in a lifetime opportunity. Because when we were younger, we never thought, oh my gosh, we're going to be on a boat with the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. If you can do a vacation with a boy band, super fun. And the way that we were able to do the cruise is that we would get like the Leonardo DiCaprio deck, like cheapest room we could possibly get, because you're not in the room. Like they did have like Backstreet TV, so you could watch like old performances, but we were there, you want to be out and doing stuff, right? So and because
you're basically there to sleep and shower.
Basically, yes. And get ready for the next outfit change. But when we did the cruises, because of where we are, we're on the same coast as where the cruise ships leave from, so it was much cheaper to fly there as well. It was
Miami. Welcome to Miami.
Bienvenido, Miami.
It was fun.
Anyway, so there's that. Another thing that we're going to just quickly touch upon. Oh, you know what?
I think because they're doing like resorts, you kind of miss the cruise, even though it was a lot of people, and I think because COVID happened, they're not doing them anymore.
Yeah, because
that's where you get sick, basically.
True, but I also feel like in a land thing as opposed to a cruise is that there's, I don't know how to say this in a weird and not weird way, but I guess it's more places for them to hide out and not interact. Like the Backstreet Boys are very good at interacting with their fans and stuff. Obviously, they wouldn't do it if they weren't. However, I feel like I'm curious to see how it would work out this year. Actually, you know what? We should find someone who goes on the Backstreet Boys cruise and have them talk about it afterward. It's not a cruise. The Backstreet Boys Mexico, what is it called?
It's a resort.
Backstreet at the beach.
Yes, Backstreet at the beach.
Backstreet at the beach. So if you're going to Backstreet at the beach and you want to come and share your experience with us afterwards, we would be glad to have you on the show. I believe that is April. It's around the 20th because they're going to be actually there for their anniversary.
I want to say 19, 20, 21, 22.
I think so.
4 days,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So there's still rooms available if you want to go. If you have some money saved up or whatever, win the lottery, enjoy, go, have fun. You can be on our podcast and talk about it afterwards. But I know it's going to be a good time. It's a little weird to us that on their actual 31st anniversary or whatever, Jason Derulo is performing and not them. But, you know.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I guess they forgot what day is their anniversary.
You know, maybe they're just enjoying their anniversary and playing golf.
Maybe they will be there to enjoy the concert as well.
That's true. You never know. So anyway, if you're going to that, have fun.
Yes, it will be a good time. I'm sure they'll do lots of fun things.
Yes. Speaking of Backstreet Boys, just a quick update on Nick. So he had a show in Mexico City that was on Veeps. So some of us watched that. It was live and you couldn't record it. Or
I did
I'm
not
sure some
watch it
people-
because it was at 10 p.m. and I had to go to work in the night.
and it was a Tuesday. So yes. So then he had a concert the next day. But then he ended up having to cancel that one because he was sick and it was very like last minute. But then a few days after that, all of the Backstreet Boys were in town in Mexico for a giant festival, and there was thousands of people there. So,
and they celebrated Nick's birthday all together, which is so nice all the time to see when they're together celebrating.
yes, it's always cute to see them together. So yes.
Yes.
So let's see when this airs. This may have already happened, but he's doing a wine event in Portugal on February 17th. And then he's just finishing off the rest of the tour. So Chile in February 29th. Then in March, he's going to be in Argentina.
And the day
Peru.
before February 29th will be somebody's birthday.
It'll be Sophia's birthday.
Woo woo!
I think it's the big 3-9, isn't it, this year? So.
It is. And next year, it's going to be in the Club of Chinzias.
Yes, exactly. So, yes. Yes. So then he's doing Peru, Honduras, Colombia, El Salvador. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people were wondering if he was going to be at 90s Con this year. He's not, because he will be in Guatemala and El Salvador that weekend. So, unfortunately, Nick will not be at 90s Con. The boy banders there will be Jeff Timmons and Drew Lachey will be there. But I don't believe they've announced any other boy banders for 90s Con.
So far, nothing.
So we will not be there this year. Kind of far. Gets to be kind of expensive.
I feel like we've done a couple. I think we got the gist of all the fun times. If you can afford it, definitely go. It's a lot of fun. Everybody is so nice. And it's basically nostalgic because the 90s were the best decade, really.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Yeah. If you've never been to a con before, very fun. But if you have any questions about cons, ask us or other people. We can give you like kind of lowdown, because the first time we went to a con, we had no idea what we were doing. It was very confusing. But then obviously now we've been to a few, so we know. This current
I was giving
time,
people tips in Tampa when I was waiting in the line.
See, there you go. Very fun. So we also have a few recap episodes about previous 90s cons and things like that. But yes, so at this current time, Nick is scheduled to be at a con on March 22nd in Cincinnati. It's Horror Hound. So yeah, you can check that out. This is a reschedule because he canceled last year due to a scheduling conflict. So hopefully he will be there this year as well. So
it's 6 days before his last
6
con.
days after his last show.
After, yes. So fingers crossed, positive thoughts. He doesn't cancel again or reschedule again. But also, he will probably be very tired, so I don't blame him if he does.
Yes. So he was talking about, because during all this, him and the Backstreet Boys also played in Qatar or Saudi Arabia or something.
Yeah, Qatar.
And he was flying back and forth, and it was like a 24-hour flight when you had the stopovers and stuff like that. So that was right before his Mexico City show. So that's probably why he wasn't feeling so well.
He looked so tired. Oh my God.
Very exhausted.
We love him, buddy, but you got to take care of yourself.
Yes.
If you need to sleep, you should sleep.
You should definitely sleep for sure.
Because on the airplane the sleep doesn't really help on the airplane.
No, you can have.
You need a bed.
Well, even in granted, I've never sat in the good fancy seats, but I'm assuming that even then, it's probably like the ones that make a bed and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
But then, I don't know, does he get those? I feel like he would be.
I would assume that he's going to be in first class.
I don't know. Sometimes people when they're celebrities, they like to maybe save some money. I don't know.
And sit in like the back of the plane in between.
I don't know.
Rows,
okay, maybe they would sit in the front. There's people.
He doesn't have private jet money. He doesn't have. He's not like Donnie Wahlberg with his wheels up and all that other
That's
stuff.
true. That's true. Okay.
Yes, but
Then
yeah,
he would be in first class.
probably. I've never flown with him, so I cannot confirm or deny any of these
I would
things, so,
guess yes. Okay, sorry.
yes.
'Cause I know some celebrities, maybe they're like trying to save. I don't know. If they're not making a lot of money, who knows, right?
Who knows? Yeah, that's true. They're like people have run into other celebrities on regular flights before, so
Right?
you never know.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of other boy banders and stuff, we've mentioned in the past that AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys and Joey Fatone are going on tour together. They're doing
A legendary
night. At the time that we were recording this, they don't have any Canadian dates or anything like that. But also on the time that we were recording this, they have put up a thing on their Instagram, which I believe is Joey and AJ underscore present or something.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. JoeyAndAJ underscore present. So they're like, oh, I like this picture. There's a big announcement coming tomorrow. So so far the clues were an apple.
An apple, yeah.
Some sort of dumpling or pierogi or something, and then 2 chefs. So
Yes.
you're like, okay, are they
So
going
at
to...
first you're like, okay, it's gonna be maybe more tour dates, but then wouldn't they say like, oh, it's more tour dates are coming, check back tomorrow? But it said like, we have something special to announce tomorrow. So the wording, I don't know, the wording kind of threw me off. Like, yes, it could be more tour dates, but also maybe it's like,
Well, then the first people we saw apples
appearance.
are like New York, the Big Apple, and then we're like
Yes.
dumpling, and then we're like, okay.
and then they did
they're-
the chef. And then I was
Yes.
like, okay, if it's in New York City, maybe they're doing a good morning show appearance, which is live with Kelly and Mark in New York City. So maybe they're doing a cooking segment.
Could be.
I don't know why they would do that, but you never know. They could be having fun there. I don't know.
Some other guesses was Eat to the Beat, which is an annual thing at Epcot. And that one is slightly more plausible because Joey performs every year. It's always Joey Fatone and Friends. So he's been there for at least 3 years, if not longer. So kind of makes sense. But then when we were looking at when the dates were announced last year, they weren't announced till May, and it's only February now. So unless they're just being like, hey, here's a heads up, we will be announced, but the rest of the dates will come later. I don't know. So
yeah,
it could be anything. But to stay up to date with this, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we will be sure to update you as new things come up. So
yes,
there you go.
Very
Okay,
nice.
so
Oh, it's exciting. So
yeah, so hopefully they do some Canadian dates because right now the closest one is about 8 hours away.
yes. I feel
and-
like a lot of us have been writing Canada and Toronto in the comments. So hopefully that tells them that they need to go there.
Yeah. And that was like the weird thing when Justin announced his tour. He's like, oh, world tour. And he only announced one Canadian date, and it was Vancouver. And I'm just like, okay, because basically everybody usually comes to Toronto, but
Yeah, and then there was backlash. So he's like, okay, I'm doing a second leg.
well, I think that they were just waiting to see how well the ticket sales were going, which are obviously going well. So
Yeah,
yes.
but he could have chosen Montreal and not Toronto.
That is true. That is true. Okay. Well, I feel like we're at least 15 minutes in, if not longer.
It's 23 minutes that I have.
Okay, so let's get to the topic of today. So
Yes.
I was thinking in Canada, we have a holiday in February. It is the 3rd Monday in February. So hopefully, if I time this correctly, this will be tomorrow when this episode airs. It's called Family Day.
If anybody was wondering.
Yes. So it is Family Day. I will give you a brief Wikipedia synopsis on this. In most provinces of Canada, the 3rd Monday in February is observed as a regional statutory holiday, typically known in general as Family Day. though some provinces use their own names as they celebrate the day for different reasons. The third Monday in February is observed as Family Day in Alberta, BC, New Brunswick, Ontario, and Saskatchewan. Louis Riel Day in Manitoba, Nova Scotia Heritage Day in Nova Scotia, and Islander Day in Prince Edward Island. In Canada, more generally, the third Monday in February has also been celebrated as Heritage Day, although it is not an official holiday, observed by some in celebration of the country's collective history, architecture, and cultural heritage. In Quebec and the Three Territories, it is a regular day, and Newfoundland and Labrador is a named holiday, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, 2/3 of Canadians in the province observe a February statutory day, and they observe it in different ways. So,
That's right, because not everyone gets it.
yes. So I'll read you the Ontario one because I don't think you give a shit about everything, and we're in Ontario. So it says, during the Ontario provincial election in 2007, Dalton McGuinty of the Liberal Party promised that if re-elected premier, he would establish a provincial holiday in February. They established Family Day. So we get 9 holidays a year. This holiday does not necessarily add to the number of holidays we receive because they can blah, blah, blah. They can move it around. It's basically just a holiday. So anyways, I don't really know the full thing, but I thought Family Day, people have families, boy banders have families. I was looking through our list of random things and I found an old article from September of 2022. And it is called In Sync and More, Meet the Lucky Ladies Behind These Heartthrobs by Genevieve Scott. And this is for a website called Journal. So I thought, you know what, this is fun. First of all, I've never actually looked through this article, so I have no idea who is in it or how long it is. But it's here. So I figured it'd be kind of fun to go through it. And hopefully most of these people are still together. It's only been a year and a bit, year and a half. So if not, and if we know it, we'll update you. If we're wrong and the article's wrong and you know something, feel free to pop it in here. But I will now share the screen.
Let's do this.
Okay. And then I guess we can say if we've like met any of them before or whatever. I don't know.
Sure.
That makes,
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so it says, boy bands have always seemed to captivate the hearts of teenage girls. But there are a few special women who can grab these pop stars' attention. Here is a look of the wives of the famous boy banders. Before we start, Sophia, did you ever think that you would marry a boy bander? Or hope when you were
When I was younger, yes. When I was younger.
Yeah. And who were you going to marry back in the day?
Either AJ or Brian from the Backstreet Boys.
From the Backstreet Boys. Very nice. I was a Chris person myself, Chris Kirkpatrick of NSYNC. And, did the math, and we were 10 years, 11 months, and 8 days apart. So I was like, oh, that's not too bad. That's fine. Although I recently realized I calculated incorrectly. So I'm just going to keep that date in my head. But I never once thought I would actually marry a boy bander. And I remember sometimes women would get girls would get super upset if they were dating someone, like the whole Justin Brittany thing and other stuff. And I'm like, and Chris was dating Danielle, who was the co-founder of Fu Manskito. They had the clothing company. And I was just like super happy for him. So that was my always thing. I was never like angry or jealous at the wives or girlfriends. I was just happy that they were happy because I knew I basically had the chance.
When I say like in a joking way, like,
no, for sure. Like you wish you could
Yeah. But I was always happy for them. Like, cause I know Kevin and Brian from the Backstreet Boys, they got married first. Yes. So you learn very quickly.
Not to each other.
Not to each other. But
I not that type of Kentucky cousin.
Like, because in the US, crazy things happen like that, maybe. But yeah, not to each other. But yeah, in 2000, they got married to their lovely wives. So you learned very quickly that you wouldn't be getting married to any of them.
And I feel like some people were still upset to this day. Like when Nick got married, I feel like a lot of people were upset and cried about it. I'm like, ladies, you're in your 30s. Like,
back in the day, maybe I could see it because like you're young, you don't know what you're like. You don't know.
Exactly. Like, but maybe if he sees me at a concert, whatever, right?
Yeah. But when you're older, you're like, you pretty have like all the capacity to understand that you're not getting married to these people.
Yes. So kudos to all these lucky ladies. So let us see who is on this list.
But it was surprising that Nick got married because he said he would never get married or have children.
And
but
he was
I
the
feel like,
last one to get married.
right? And then like you grew up with him and you're like, oh my God, he finally did it. Like it was so nice. It's kind of like when George Clooney got married and had children because he was also never going to get
like
married.
The bachelor type guy.
Yeah. So then they're like, oh my God, they're finally doing it.
And when Nick got married, they had a whole TV special, I Heart Nick Carter. So
that's right.
That's right. They did. Let's see if they mention it. Okay, so Nick Carter and Lauren Kit Carter, Backstreet Boys. Nick Carter may have won the hearts of most girls in the 90s when he sang I Want It That Way, but there's only one girl who had his heart, Lauren Kit. And Carter's siblings knew the pair would get along. They look so young in this. And is this a Wiley scarf that Nick is wearing? Like,
it looks like it.
It's a very dramatic scarf, but yes. His brother Aaron, rest in peace. And
but I don't think it is, but it looks like it.
Yeah. So Aaron and Angel were the ones who set them up. After watching Big, starring Tom Hanks on their first date, the two eventually married in Santa Barbara in 2014. Oh, so this is their 10-year wedding anniversary. That's crazy.
Yes.
Nice. Today, the Lovebirds have 3 children together named Odin, Pearl, and Saoirse. That's how we say the name? Yes.
Saoirse, yeah.
It's like Swarcy, but yes. Pearl is actually the youngest, so I don't know why they've reversed the names here, but very cute. Nick posts about them all the time on his Instagram, so
and
check that out.
From a guy who was not going to even have children, he now has the most children in the group. That's so cute.
In all fairness, the other ones all have 2 except for Brian, who has 1. So
yes,
it's not like he's had like 17 children.
Good for him.
Yes, I think he's trying to break the cycle.
Like a really great dad as well.
He does seem like he makes some pancakes, pancake daddy, all that jazz.
Pancake daddy, yes.
Yes, I feel like married life and children has done him well. So there you go.
Yes, he really enjoys the life.
Really enjoyed. Next up, AJ McLean.
Can I just say can I say one thing? I love how the headlines like NSYNC and more, and the Backstreet Boys are the first 2
of the things. I wonder if it's alphabetical. I don't know. So
maybe.
Okay, so this article is from 2022. So it says when Rochelle Deanna Curtis met Backstreet Boys member AJ McLean, she worked as a waitress at Saddleback Ranch in Hollywood, and she actually told him no when he first asked her out. 2 years later, she finally gave him a chance, and the rest is history. Rochelle went on to work as a dancer, choreographer, makeup artist, and hairstylist. She was even featured in some of AJ's music videos. Oh yeah, I don't remember that.
I thought it was
No Place, right?
No Place, yeah. I thought that was No Place.
Yeah, that all of their wives were in, so.
Yes.
And she didn't want to be on camera. The couple got married in 2011 in a goth-themed ceremony, which perfectly fit their personalities. They have 2 girls, Ava and Lyric. Okay, so some updates here. So Ava has changed her name to Elliot. That's not a gender thing. It's just there was a lot of Avas in her class, and she liked Pete's dragon, and the dragon's name was Elliot, so that's where she's going by. They have just announced their divorce, so they've been separated for a while.
They've been separated for a year, and then this year in January 1st, they posted to their Instagram that they've decided not to get back together because the reason for the separation was they were going to make sure like they loved themselves, got like okay with themselves, and then maybe they could come back together and love each other again.
And they're currently
and then they decided not to do that, and they're going to co-parent and be friends instead.
Oh, yeah, kudos to them for trying. And AJ's now sober. He spent basically most of his life being alcoholic and drug addict and things like that. And sometimes when people get sober, they kind of change perspectives on things and stuff like that. So,
and
anyways,
I think like maybe Rochelle gave like an ultimatum after and it was too much for her, which is fair because like you don't really sign up for that kind of thing sometimes.
Yeah, and for sure. So we don't know. They're pretty private people. They really don't share a lot. So we have never met Rochelle, correct?
We have never met Rochelle. We have met Lauren though.
Yes, we did meet Lauren. I forgot about that. WBFF?
Yes.
So there
the
was
interview before the show.
There was some sort of bodybuilding competition in Mississauga. Oh God, I don't even know. It was before they got married.
WBFF.
Yes, so she was there, and Nick was performing. So we met her briefly there.
Yes,
but yeah.
Did
but
you
when
take
Rochelle,
a picture with her?
I don't remember.
I have a picture with her.
I don't.
I was wearing the bikini shirt.
We had. Yeah, so it was like a competition for like bodybuilders, male and female, and then we had these like, those like beach cover-ups, and it has like a printed like bikini skinny body on it. So Sophia and I ended up wearing that there. It was hilarious.
It was pretty funny, yeah.
We were entertaining ourselves at that event because it was a very long event, but
it was very long. The things we do for Nick.
6 songs from Nick, 3 songs and 3 later. I was like falling asleep at one point. They're like, "Do you want to hear Nick again?" I'm like, "For the love of God, yes." So, yeah,
it was quite funny, yes.
But anyways, what I was gonna say was for AJ and Rochelle, when they got married, it was after the second cruise, I think. So we ended up
because we gave them a book.
We made them this like really cute book, and it was like all skull themed and sparkly and stuff like that. And fans from like basically all over, we had made like a Facebook group or something, and then people sent us their like pages to put in a scrapbook, kind of like wishing them a happy marriage type thing. We have a picture of AJ holding the book. It's cute. So anyways, oh well.
It was pretty good for 12 years.
Mm-hmm. And they're both awesome parents, so I know they're going to co-parent well and all that jazz.
Yes.
All right, up next, Brian Littrell and Leanne Littrell from the Backstreet Boys. While their love is really larger than life, Brian Littrell met his wife Leanne on the music video set for As Long As You Love Me, which, fun fact, her name was not used. I believe her name was Gina, maybe?
Gina? I thought it was the other one.
Name it was.
Oh, maybe Gina.
Anyways, her name was not Leanne in the music video. It was just...
Maybe it was
So
Gina.
They met.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
No, you're probably
right. It was from 1997, so it has been many decades since that came out.
Can you believe it's 30 years? Wow.
That is crazy. That was crazy. The 1997 hit turned out to be more than just a good song. The boy band member asked Leanne to have a drink with him, and she said no to him because she already had plans. So apparently what I'm hearing here is you say no to a boy bander to get them to ask you out again.
Playing hard to get, right?
Yes, there you go. Eventually they agreed. Didn't she used to date Al Pacino or something?
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. I always get them mixed up. Anyways. Eventually they agreed to get together. Brian claims he remembers every detail of that day. The pair were married in 2000, which means they have been married over 20 years. In 2010, the Littrells renewed their vows. They have a son, Bailey, who is also a singer. So Leanne manages Bailey. He kind of does more country music. He's grown up. And she's the type of wife, she always went on tour with them. Like, I feel like they're always very close. So
They're
we have definitely met
family.
Leanne a lot. Sophia has met her way more times.
Yes.
She used to have
I used to help her Wiley line to help fans get their stuff. If it was at like a concert venue and they weren't able to get it, I would help the fans get their stuff sometimes.
Look at Sophia helping out.
I also had a Team Wiley Canada Facebook page and Instagram page and Twitter page. So I helped out a lot.
Helped out a lot. And every time we would go to an event and Leanne would see Sophia, she'd be like, oh, Soph. So yes. Yeah, so that was. She also named a bag after Sophia for her line.
Yes.
So
I was one of the customers that bought a lot of things. So she was nice enough to do that for many fans that were great customers of hers.
Yes. So that's pretty cool. So she had a lot of. I still have the bag. Is that a reversible one?
No.
No. Okay.
It's leather. I want to say snake leather print. A few of us bought that kind of thing. Yeah.
Fancy. So yes, they also have accessories and things like that. So
scarves and I have a lot of the things still.
Clothes,
very
there's a lot
good.
of clothes
It was
too.
very good quality. Yeah.
Yes, a little pricey, but good quality, so it obviously lasts. So there you go.
There was
All right.
there was other things that weren't as pricey. That's why I was able to afford a lot of the things.
Like wristlets and things like that.
Wristlets, bags, toads, clothes, scarves. They were like
Oh, you
little-
also went to the Healthy Heart event.
Yes, Brian had an organization called the Healthy Heart Club because of his heart to help give back to the community. He had events. I went to 2 of them in 2009 and 2010. There was like a hoedown event and a fun fair as well. Had a dunk contest where you could like throw the ball and dunk him in the dunk tank.
See, that sounds fun. I wish they were still
yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
And
fun
then
event.
they had like the photo booth. It was great. Great times.
And didn't they have like make your own Wiley bag or like choose the fabrics? and
Yes.
stuff?
So you chose 2 fabrics because you could do reversible. It's a reversible bag. So I chose blue and green because blue and green are my favorite colors. And then I
Nice.
chose the blue handles. Stripe. What is it called? Yeah, handles for the
Straps.
purse.
Yeah, the handles.
Straps. That's the word. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of the word. Yeah, 2 straps, and then Miguel, who was helping her do the Wiley bags and stuff, and sew everything, because she worked with him. He made the bag there.
Nice. Very nice.
I
That's
think
fun.
also there was a sewer there as well to help as well. Yes.
Very
But yeah,
cool.
it was fun times.
All right. Excellent, excellent. So, Leanne, yes. All right. Up next, we have Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel in sync. Jessica Biel does not need to say bye, bye, bye to her husband, Justin Timberlake. Well,
Not
she is
yet,
famous-
anyways.
Yeah, that's true. While she is
Sorry,
famous in
what?
her own right, the Seventh Heavens actress also had another claim to fame, being a boy band wife. Not just any boy band either, NSYNC. The couple began dating in 2007 before briefly
There's no
splitting.
star for NSYNC.
I know, it's bothering me.
I know, that's why I said it.
Star NSYNC. At least they like capitalized and didn't put an apostrophe. So
That's true.
the couple briefly split in 2011. Soon after, they reconnected and have been inseparable since. Biel and
I believe
Timberlake
that was
married.
in Toronto, actually, that they got back together. I don't know. I feel like I read an article like they love coming to Toronto
Oh, okay.
and like having dinner and stuff. And I think like one of the times they were here and that's where they reconnected. I don't know. That was a long time ago.
That's interesting. All right. They've been inseparable ever since. Biel and Timberlake got married in southern Italy in October 2012. They have 2 kids together, Phineas and Silas. Is that how you say it? Silas? Yeah, Silas.
Silas.
And
Silas.
it seems their love never stops. They continually support each other in their respective careers, and as parents, what a wonderful thing. So,
I don't know
not
if you've heard
mistaken.
any rumblings, but there was like an article a couple of weeks ago saying that there
were
may be like some tension in the marriage, but I don't know if that's
true. But then when he did his performance on his birthday in New York City, she was there. So,
Right. So then I was like, I think that it's fine and they're just making shit up.
they could be. And then people were like, "Oh, after the Britney memoir, she was mad at him." And so, I don't know. Who knows? I don't follow these people, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they met because Lance was on an episode of Seventh Heaven, and he was kind of like,
Correct.
but no, Danielle Fishel was from Boy Meets World. But yeah, no. Anyways, it would make sense because Lance was on.
But
an episode of
Lance
Seventh Heaven.
was also on Seventh Heaven.
So I think they became friends from there, and then maybe Justin did on the set. I don't know. Or somehow they got.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they went to dinner in Toronto. I don't know. There was something about Toronto that like there was like a big meeting in Toronto. Maybe they had like a movie together, or one of them
could have been like TIFF or something.
Yeah, maybe TIFF. Yeah, something like that. Because I remember like they went to a restaurant in Toronto that they both love. I don't know. Maybe I'm making all this up, but I could have sworn this is what I read.
You know what? It sounds good. I'm typing in Toronto. Okay. Let me pull. The relationship timeline. Blah, blah, blah. He's been spotted in Toronto. This was in 2011. So from somebody named Lainey Gossip.
Yeah. Oh, Lainey Gossip. Yeah, she's popular.
Okay, well, she made some gossip in 2011. Okay, so they confirmed a split. They were, here we go, November 3rd, 2011. Jessica Biel hints at reunion with Justin Timberlake. The pair was spotted grabbing brunch together in Toronto in August, and they remained friendly after they split. So yeah, yes, you're right. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I don't know. For some reason, I remember that because they really like Toronto. But we have not met
All
them.
right. We have not met them, no. All right, Chris Kirkpatrick and Carly Scalandini. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to say Carly's last
Scalandi?
name.
Maybe Scalandi? Scalandi? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry.
The founding member of NSYNC has been lucky in love and life. Even though Kirkpatrick may be part of the biggest boy band of the late 90s, Carly has kept a very low profile throughout the years. They were married in a ceremony in Orlando, Florida in 2013. Luckily, all of his band members were present as he was married off to the love of his life. Chris and Carly had been dating for 2.5 years before the It's Gonna Be Me singer proposed during a vacation in Italy. They now have a son named Nash Dillon. Okay, first of all, Nash is adorable. He's
Very
so
cute.
So
Very
cute.
cute.
And so like such a character in a ham.
Well,
So
not
Carly
surprising.
posted
Look
a-
who the dad is.
The dad is Chris. So obviously he's gonna be a
Yes.
little like wacky, but yeah, no, I'm very. I don't know. I met her briefly at Rewind Con. I don't know if I actually talked. She was like talking to Chris because she was at that one, so I didn't.
Okay.
Actually, I don't
We
think
met
I've
Chris a bunch of times. He's very funny, fun
Chris
to hang
is
around
hilarious.
with.
She was also at Pop 2000 in Paradise last year, and so was Nash. But I didn't really talk to them. Maybe said hi or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, we saw
He's
him in
very lovely.
Nashville
Mhm.
when we went for the Brian Bailey showcase at
Yes.
Florida Georgia Line's restaurant.
Yes, so we were there for that. That's true. So,
FGL
yeah.
House, I believe it was called.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And then AJ did a thing too, right?
And the second floor.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. They seem good together. They seem to have a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
good for them. Good.
Woot woot.
All right. Jesse McCartney and Katie Peterson from Dream Street.
Didn't
Jesse
even know he was
McCartney.
married.
I did not know he was married either. Jesse McCartney found the beautiful soul to complete his life in Katie Peterson. The former Dream Street band member tied the knot in a beautiful ceremony in California, October 2021. She is an actress who has
recent.
also appeared in his music videos. Yeah, a couple years. She's also appeared in films such as Step Up Revolution and The Row. Like his wife, McCartney also acted in shows like Hannah Montana and The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. They met while she was tending a bar. He came to celebrate a friend's birthday. Love can happen anywhere. So that's 2 bartenders. Good to know. Also, I forgot to mention that when Justin and Jessica got married, they did not have any of the members of NSYNC at the wedding because they said they didn't want it to take away from the special day or whatever. But when Chris got married, they were all there. And I think when Lance got married, they were all there. So, I wonder if they're going to talk about Lance. Okay, Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey from 98 Degrees. Love at first or second or third. 98 Degrees band member Nick Lachey and the TRL host Vanessa Minnillo met each other dozens of times before they actually started dating. It was not until Minnillo played Lachey's love interest in the music video of What's Left of Me that sparks flew for the couple. In 2010, Lachey asked her to marry him. They were married a year later on Sir Richard Branson's private island in the British Virgin Islands. What a location. The couple has 3 kids together and they host the Netflix reality series Love is Blind.
And she's now on NCIS Hawaii.
Yes, and they live in Hawaii. So
Yes.
they seem to be having a good life, enjoying. So there you go.
Yes, Hawaii is beautiful,
Who wouldn't want to live there, really?
right?
Unless you don't like heat and beautiful tropical locations. I don't know. Okay. Next up, we have Drew Lachey and Leah Lachey from 98 Degrees. Dancing their way into love was how Drew Lachey and Leah Delicate.
We have not met them. the other ones.
Oh yes, no, we have not met them. We have also not met these ones.
We met
Leo
Drew.
we've met Drew, yes, but we've not met
Yes.
his wife.
That's right.
Leo was a professional dancer hired to be the choreographer for her future husband's band 98 Degrees. It did not take long for Drew to realize that his my everything was Leah.
Aww.
Married, so cute. They married in October 2000. So when Brian and Leanne got married, have 2 kids, Isabella and Hudson. They have left the Hollywood life behind them, though, choosing to live in Cincinnati, Ohio. But their love for performing is still going strong. They have a nonprofit called Lachey Arts that offers classes in the arts to youth. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them. Nice. Jeff Timmons and Amanda Timmons, 98 Degrees. Amanda Timmons has more than just her husband's boy band 98 Degrees to thank for their meeting. They met when Jeff co-hosted a New Kids on the Block event for Jordan Knight. Interesting. Apparently he was attracted to Amanda because she had no idea who he was or anything about his fame. That's funny. The Invisible Man singer married his love at Chateau nightclub in Las Vegas. Oh, we've been there.
We have been there.
Yeah, that's
And we've met Jeff, but we haven't met Amanda.
Well, I have a funny Amanda story. The couple
I
has
do
been
remember
married
this
for
story.
11 years and has 3 children. Today, Amanda is all about her family. Even her Insta bio, she states that she's Jeff's wifey and mommy to a princess and 2 princes. Okay, so when 98 Degrees came back from their hiatus, they were like, I think they had mentioned they were doing some meet and greets or something like that. And during the time, Jeff Timmons was doing stuff in Vegas for Men of the Strip, which was like a stripping kind of company type thing.
Yes.
So-
I recall when we went to Los Angeles.
Oh, that was interesting with that weird cowboy that made us grab his ass. So that was
Yep.
Yep. Anyway, that was
That was
entertaining.
quite something. Yep.
That was quite something. But basically, he had put out something, and I made some sort of joke about, well, the VIP better include a lap dance from Jeff for that amount, blah, 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 blah. Which I feel like now I found out he was not actually a performer in the strip thing. I think he was just the MC, but I digress. So then this chick messages me and was like, ha ha ha, you're so funny or whatever. Or tweets back at me, and I was like, oh, who's this broad? I don't follow her. So I clicked on it, and it said Amanda Timmons. And I was like, okay, someone thinks they're married to Jeff Timmons. And then I clicked on her picture, and I was like, and I see in the little, like, tiny picture, she's wearing, like, a wedding dress. I was like, okay, you're really, like, going in with this, like, delusion that you're married. And then I clicked on the picture, and I was like, oh my God, because it was her wedding picture to Jeff, and it was definitely not photoshopped. And I was like, well, this is awkward. This was actually his wife. And then I like panicked and I didn't respond or anything. But I was just
And
like,
isn't this his second wife?
yes, he has a whole bunch of kids. I think we looked it up once. And yeah, but he was
Yes.
definitely married before.
I think there was like a big article back in the day where they had like a big argument, and he and the other wife, the ex-wife, brought him to court, and he lost a bunch of money or something like that.
Probably.
I don't know.
Support, I don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I feel,
Jeff's a lovely
he was-
guy. We've met him a bunch of
yeah,
times.
he's very nice.
Very, yeah, yes. Okay, Sean Stockman and Sharonda Stockman, Boys to Men. Sharonda Stockman
We have
has
not met
been by
them.
her man- What?
We have not met them.
We have not met them. She's been by her man's side for 21 years. The man is Boys to Men
Amazing.
singer Sean Stockman. The couple first started dating at the height of the boy band's fame in the 90s. The band is so famous that a street in Philadelphia nearby where the band members attended high school was renamed Boys to Men Boulevard. 8 years after Sharonda met Sean, they married in 2001. Shortly after having their twins, they discovered that Micah had autism. Since then, they started a nonprofit called Micah's Voice to help families affected by autism. And we couldn't be happier for the happy couple. It's nice.
That's awesome.
Paul McCartney. Okay, I guess we're counting the Beatles in here as boy band. Paul
We
McCartney.
obviously have not met them.
We have definitely not met them. And Nancy Chevelle, the Beatles. It's definitely not a hard day's night for Nancy Chevelle when she took a stroll around her Hamptons neighborhood in the summer of 2007. She happened to bump into the Beatles star who was renting a house in the same community that summer. Instantly, they fell in love and got married in October 2011. They enjoyed a honeymoon in the Caribbean together. Chevelle was even approached by McCartney's daughter Stella before they got hitched. She and McCartney enjoy spending time together and even confess to singing Beatles songs. Well, obviously, he's a Beatle, so.
What? You got the best
also
thing.
didn't know
He could sing the songs to you.
Exactly. There you go. Ringo Starr and Barbara Bach, the Beatles. Before she was a Beatles girl, she was a Bond girl. Barbara Bach was married to Ringo Starr for 40 years. Wow.
Amazing.
Was the first lover of 007. She played Major Anya Amasova in the 1977 film The Spy Who Loved Me, along with Roger Moore. But it was also a movie set where the Hey Jude drummer and Bach met. They met on the set of the film Caveman. It was love at first sight because only a year later they were married in 1981. So they've been married longer than we've been born. The ceremony occurred at the Marylebone Register office, and they celebrated at a London club afterwards. While they have no kids together, they have children from prior marriages. All right, next up, we have met him, but not her, Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy, New Kids on the Block. Jenny McCarthy is a boy band wife, and who would have thought that? As captured below, the actress met her now husband while they were both doing appearances on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Donnie Wahlberg was a member, he is a member of New Kids on the Block, briefly alongside his brother, actor Mark Wahlberg. That sounds so weird, but okay.
I guess when they first started, he was in the band, is what he's trying to say.
Donnie has been there the entire time, so.
Yeah, so that's weird.
Yeah, they tied the knot in a romantic ceremony outside of Chicago in August 2014. Oh, wow, they're also having their 10-year anniversary. Today, the couple own a production company called Work Baby, and they just signed a deal with Lionsgate to develop unscripted content. Much more from his former boy band. He's not a former boy band member. He is still there.
They're going on tour in the summer.
Yes, the Magic Summer Tour.
I believe so, yeah.
So, be around. So there you go. They do not have any kids together. She has kids. I think he might have older kids. I'm not 100% sure.
She has 2 older kids, Elijah and somebody else.
Yes.
And
right.
apparently they renew their wedding vows every year on their wedding anniversary.
So cute. They were also in that Return of the Mac TV show with Joey McIntyre. And they're part
and they also had their own reality show.
Yes.
On A&E.
They've done it because he did Wahlburgers.
I think it was called I Love Jenny, possibly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't write about that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess they can't fit everything in. Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra, Jonas Brothers. Priyanka is not only an actress, but also the wife of boy band icon Nick Jonas. Way back in 2016, he slid into her DMs. But when the couple first got together, the famous boy band was broken up at the time. They were reunited in 2019 with their breakout hit Sucker, and she was even in the music video. Nick's love for Priyanka must have really been burning up.
Ooh.
As he proposed with a Tiffany cushion-cut diamond ring worth $200,000. Jesus. They also had 4 wedding receptions. Got married. This I know, right? The singer and Priyanka share 3 dogs and a baby girl multi-house suite.
We have not met them.
Okay, well, here's an update on this one as well. So Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner from the Jonas Brothers. She dominated Game of Thrones, and now she's on her next adventure, being a boy band wife. Actress Sophie Turner and the Jonas brother Joe Jonas met through mutual friends in 2016. I thought they also had a DM thing. 3 years later, they got hitched in Vegas after the 2019 Billboard Music Awards, which was live streamed by DJ Diplo. The wedding had an Elvis impersonator and everything. The couple also had former celebration in France. The year 3000 singer and his wife are now parents to 2 baby girls. While they mostly keep private, Turner starred alongside her sister-in-laws in the Sucker music video and is always supportive of her Joe Bro fam. They are separated.
And then last year, everything exploded.
There was like custody battle, like shenanigans, and then because she's from England, so she wanted to take the kids there, but then it became kind of a thing. So that's
then
kind of
after-
still.
I guess
process.
at first he agreed, and then he took it back. I don't know. It was really,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot going on at the time, so I feel like that's still
Yeah.
kind of being worked
But I
out. I
think
guess
they-
I feel like
Yeah, I think they agreed to like keep the kids in the U.S. I don't know.
but he was also on tour, so like I don't know. It was just
Yeah.
I have no idea. It's a thing, so
Yeah.
don't
Well,
know what's gonna
hopefully for the children's sake, they can work it out.
yes, for sure.
Like co-parenting.
And finally, to close out the Jonas Brothers, we have Kevin Jonas and Danielle Jonas. Imagine going on vacation and meeting the love of your life. That is precisely what happened to Kevin and Danielle. Both families were vacationing in the Caribbean when Kevin spotted Danielle. She was a hairdresser in New Jersey and only lived an hour from where the Jonas family grew up. They got together and were married in 2009. Kevin's dad officiated. Danielle and Kevin later nabbed a reality show, Married to Jonas, and wrote a children's book, There's a Rock Concert in My Bedroom. Danielle also has her own jewelry line that she promotes when she's not busy raising their two kids. So I feel like their life started as a fanfic and then it just came to life. So kudos to them.
And they wrote a song about this kind of meeting that they had. I forget what the song was called, but it was on the new album. And it sounds really like a Hallmark movie.
Yes, it's a very Hallmark movie. Yes, so good for them. They're going strong.
Excellent.
The kids are cute.
We have also not
Jacob
met them.
Underwood. Sorry?
We
have not
also
met
have
them,
not met them, yes.
Yes, Jacob Underwood and Chandler Underwood from O-Town. Back in the day, Underwood was a member of he still is a member of the boy band group O-Town, which they formed during the first season of making the band. He met his soulmate in Nashville, where he spotted his future wife singing at a bar. They have a daughter, Everest, who is the flower girl at their wedding. They also have Sedona. She's new. She's baby.
I feel like last year, no?
Last year, yeah. I want to say like November-ish. I don't know.
So I guess
before
2 years ago, yeah, right? They didn't.
Yeah, so she would have been there.
Yeah.
Before the couple tied the knot atop the Sunset Cliffs in San Diego, his bandmates helped him propose at the Eiffel Tower in Paris. They don't call it the City of Love for nothing. So
That's awesome.
We've been at events where Chandler was there. I don't think I've actually ever talked to Chandler, but she seems super nice and she's always posting their life on Instagram and stuff. Dan Miller and Aaron Miller from O-Town. Aaron Miller has been through it all with her boy band husband, Dan Miller of O-Town. He was not even supposed to be part of the band initially. He replaced Ikaika when he left the band for personal reasons. Aaron was there as the band disbanded and got back together almost 10 years later. They started dating in 2002. After 2 years of dating, they got married in 2004. Since then, they had 2 kids together, a son named Major Lorenzo and a daughter named Navy Jean. After 15 years, the couple is still going strong and singing along to the greatest O-Town hits. She was also at Pop 2000 in Paradise. I don't recall actually talking or meeting her, but Dan's daughter Navy was singing and she did a really good job. And then TMZ randomly posted about her years, and then they stole our footage and put it on. So, as per usual, good job.
Yep.
That's so.
That was the other video
so that
too,
was
right?
that.
Drake, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Drake too. Yes. I feel like we're running out of time. So maybe I'll just say some names of people. And then if there's somebody you want me to stop, then we're good. So Bobby Brown and Alicia Etheridge from New Edition. So they've been together since May of 2010. Ricky Bell and Amy Corella Bell from New Edition. His wife's an actress, I guess. They've been together over 15 years. Taylor Hanson and Natalie Hanson. This one I feel like, did they not I'm going to read this one. Natalie Hanson was encouraged by fellow band member and older brother Isaac to approach his younger brother Taylor. So she did, and they hit it off. They only dated a year before the couple was married in 2002. Since then, they've welcomed 7 children during their 20 years of marriage. Natalie is a boy band wife and mother, contributing to baby naming website Nameberry. She even has a business with her sister-in-law Catherine, where they share inspiration for names and offer personal consultations. The self-proclaimed Southern girl and her beau are happily ever after. Zach Hansen and Kate Hansen. She met him at a gig when she approached him with her future sister-in-law, Natalie. Oh, okay. They went up to Taylor and Zach after their performance. Zach did not seem to mind. They dated 5 years before getting married in 2006 in Atlanta. They have 5 kids, and she's a book club president, according to her Instagram bio. And then Isaac and Nicole DeFrunzi from Hanson. Nicole has lived the dream of thousands of girls. She was busy enjoying a Hanson concert, probably singing along to MMMBop when Isaac spotted her in the crowd. He told the stage manager not to let her leave after the show was over so he could meet her. After spending the night serenading her, the rest was history. His tactic worked because the couple began dating afterwards. 3 years later, they were married in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 2006 and now have 3 kids. She constantly supports her husband as the band continues to make music and tour worldwide.
So that's 15 kids between the 3 of them.
There's a lot. I think there might be a couple more now. I don't know. It's a lot of. So basically, if you wanted to marry a Hanson, go to a concert. So.
Well, now you're out of luck.
But I'm pretty sure they got I'm pretty sure Taylor and his wife got married because they were pregnant. But I could be wrong. I remember I had one friend. We used to call her Cassandra Hanson because she was obsessed. She was very sad when this happened. Okay. How many more of these? Shit, I feel like we're at a lot of. I'm just going to read names, okay? I'm just going to read these. Matt Morrison and Renee Morrison from Element, but he's also from Glee. Jamie Jones and Hannah Jones from All for One. Carlos Penavega and Alexa Penavega from Big Time Rush. So they're both actors. They combined their names because he was Penna and she was Vega, and they became Penavega. They do a lot of Hallmark movies.
Yes.
No.
They also had like a TV show on Hallmark. They had like murder. It was like a murder mystery show. Yeah. Or movie.
I feel like they do a lot of those ones.
Yes.
Yeah. They have 3 kids. Shane Filan and Jillian Filan from Westlife. They first met when she was only 13, apparently.
Oh God.
They were both 13 and they dated, and then they got back together later. That's cute.
That's good.
Scott Robinson and Carrie Robinson from 5. So they've been Michael Clifford and Crystal Lee Lauderdale from 5 Seconds of Summer. We don't talk about 5 Sauce a lot. Ralph Trevisan, Amber Serrano from New Edition. That was it. Oh, I guess we could have done that. Okay, well, whatever.
That's
we're already over an hour, I believe.
Yeah, we're good.
Anyway, there you go. So we'll link the article if you want to read about it. So it's called In Sync and More, Meet the Lucky Ladies Behind These Heartthrobs from myjournal.com. So we'll link
the
that.
last 5 we didn't really know much about and didn't meet them.
We did not meet any of those ones. So yeah, you're correct.
Although I guess Matt Morrison we saw in concert because he opened for NKOTB.
Yes. So we did see him. He took some of our signs at the last NKOTBSB show.
Yes.
Because we were in London and he was like, hey, I'm going to hold up these signs. Like, okay, sure, buddy.
Sure.
He wouldn't take pictures with us, but yeah. So, but yeah, I don't think Element was really that big of a band, so I don't really know.
No.
But you know what? Still considered a boy band there. So there you go.
Why not?
Pretty good article, mostly still accurate. So there you go. So
yeah. We added a few tidbits that were new, but pretty good, accurate. Because sometimes it's not like that.
Yes. All right. So if you celebrate Family Day, enjoy Family Day with your family. And yeah,
happy Family Day, everyone in Ontario.
And kudos to all the boy bander wives for that's a hard life because you're not generally on. So there's lots of times where it's weeks or months when they're away on a tour and you're taking care of your kids full time and doing all that stuff. So, and it's probably not easy to have some crazy obsessive fans that might say mean things about you online for some unknown reason. So please don't do that. Please be nice and kind to other people. And if you were in their situation, would you want people being mean to you? No. So don't.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you would not. So.
And it's good nowadays. The technology, you have FaceTime.
Yeah. It's definitely better than it was before, because before they would have to like call long distance or whatever. But now you can like literally just anywhere in the world, you can like FaceTime or video chat with your families and friends. So hopefully that helps them stay connected more. So
Exactly.
yes, and some of them like the Backstreet Boys, when they're touring in the summer, they'll have tour buses and they'll bring their families on tour with them and stuff.
Yes.
So
Because all of the children are out of school, so that's why they go in the summer.
exactly. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks
Okay.
for that article. That's wonderful.
Yes, yes. Blah 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 blah. I felt like I was going to say something, and anyways, thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Oh, did you want to say something else? Sorry.
No, you kind of mixed it up. It's okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.